listen to me. If you plan on ever buying a home, do not, I repeat, do not ever get a home with an HOA. I am currently getting sued by my HOA. If you don't know what an HOA is, it's a homeowners association. So when you buy a home, like in a community or whatever, they're the people who like take care of things within the neighborhood. If there's amenity, trash sometimes, lawn services and like that type of thing. I first purchased my home like 5 years ago now. When I first got my home, my HOA started at $200.
And guys, $200 is not a bad HOA fee, but I advise all real estate investors to stay away from HOAs. They jack up their rates constantly without warning, without reason half of the time. And many of these HOAs don't do very much, but increasing that HOA fee can eat away all of the cash flow on a deal. So it's extremely risky as an investor to deal with any property that has a HOA fee. Avoid it like the plague.
You know, that's about average. It made sense. My community is very like, it's real basic, okay? Like there's no gym, there's no security, there's no gate. They do have a pool, but it's like a community pool. It's not one of those like cute, value, guys. Nice pools. It's like very like, I don't even want to swim in. I have not swam in the pool since I've been there. Like it's rough, okay? Since then, my HOA rate has gone up to $450 per month.
And that's over 100% increase in 5 years. So the HOA fee, the problem with it is it can increase way more than inflation, more than your taxes, your insurance, some of your fixed bills. As a real estate investor, you're constantly focused on two things: money coming in, money going out. The money coming in is always the rent, and the money going out typically would be your taxes, your insurance, and your mortgage. But when you add that HOA fee into the mix, the numbers become unpredictable. And it's very easy for a HOA increase to eat away all of the cash flow on your property. But there are even more risks to the HOA fees. Let's see how it's impacted her deal.
Since the $200 per month, it's just gone up. Apparently, they're just allowed to do that with no rhyme or reason. Like, I don't know, inflation, aliens, they can say whatever they want, but the price can just go up and you really like have no say.
Guys, you really don't have a say, and any communication about the fees and what their rights are to increase the fees will be in the fine print of the HOA contract, which is why you have to read the fine print. If you've never done a deal before, you want to reach out to somebody who understands how these things work, what your rights are, what you can negotiate. And if all else fails, just pull out of the deal. Don't buy any property with a HOA fee to avoid these risks.
Earlier this year, my HOA decided that they need to waterproof the crawl space under the units. This cost us homeowners an additional $500 per month for 7 months. So the $450 plus $500 plus my mortgage. That's like 2 mortgages.
Wow. And she has a point here. This is like 2 mortgage payments. And our HOA fee has gone up from $200 to $950 a month. There's more than a 300%, 400% increase in the HOA fee. And that's not something that the typical investor or home buyer is going to account for, a 400% increase over a 5-year period. So this is something that can hit you from left field. And it's really the punch that you can't see that knocks you out.
So all of a sudden, my HOA is now $950 per month. I have all my stuff on auto pay because I ain't trying to remember like where my money got to go. I'm gonna forget. So,
well, you don't need to think about where the money's going because it's going to the HOA fee.
When the rate changed, my auto pay just stayed, what I had it set at. So I missed the first couple payments. Then I peeped what was going on, and I reached out to my HOA like, yo, I ain't got $950 per month just for my HOA. Like, I ain't got it.
Yeah, the I ain't got it excuse won't work with the HOA because they have essentially ultimate power to do whatever they want. And if you don't pay, they can come after your property. So it can get really serious in like a New York minute.
I don't have it, and that's crazy. So what do they decide to do? They decide to hire lawyers to basically force me to give them money I don't have. On top of the $950, which I think over the course of like 7 months had totaled up to like $3,500 total. So now on top of that, they're now also charging me for their lawyer fees for the lawyers they hired to sue me.
Some quick math, 950 times 7 is almost 7,000. It's almost 7,000, 6,000, maybe 6,300, but it certainly ain't 3,500.
Make it make sense. How, where, in what world does that make sense? Now I owe my HOA $10,000 and I'm just like,
Actually, I think you owe your HOA more like 13K. But unfortunately, if you don't pay that, they can file liens against the property. They can even foreclose on the property. So guys, this is extremely dangerous. These HOA fees can go sideways, like I said, and it can get as serious as a heart attack, which is why as a real estate investor, you never want to buy a property in a HOA, in a homeowners association. Even if that fee is only $50, $100 today, it could be $1,000 tomorrow. So don't say I didn't warn you. Guys, if you got value, like, comment, subscribe, and click the links in the description to tap into our 24/7 cash flow community. If you want to learn how to be a professional real estate investor, break free from the 9 to 5. Brian Grimes, your real estate mentor. I'll see you on the next one.